So one way to show improvement between versions of your program is to add sound. It sort of enhances the gameplay for the user. So these sounds are built into Python Arcade and we are free to use them, which is great. The examples on how to play sound are a little bit confusing, so I thought I'd get you started with a very simple bit of code here. So what I have done is there's a particular sound I want to play when I upgrade something, and this is directly from what we were just looking at on the Python Arcade resources page. And I have got a simple thing here. When I press the key, it plays that upgrade sound, does a dot play. So if I hit play, we'll see what that looks like. Press a key, plays. In fact, press a key, it plays a lot. It does lag the first time. I would have hoped this would load it up ready to play, but clearly it doesn't. Anyway, that's a problem which you can solve yourself if you're able to. Now I'll just show you, firstly, when we play a sound we do have some parameters. So if I just delete these brackets and let autocomplete show me the documentation, we've got some options. We've got volume, maximum is 1, definitely have max in this case. Pan, that's the left to right, so 0 is the center. Repeating, we could have it repeating if we wanted. Most of the time I'm assuming you don't. And the speed, which I have not had any luck making it actually do anything. I haven't tried too hard. If you can make the speed change, that's great for you. I think most of the time we just play at the default speed anyway. So if we just hit play on this, and we should see what's the change going to be. It's just going to be that it loops, really, isn't it? So I'm ready for it to play. Here we go. Yep. Hit spacebar. So it's on a loop, repeating. So that's one thing. I'm going to take all of those parameters out now because typically I've found that you don't really need to use them. But you remember when I pressed a key, it got into that thing where I could press a key even though the sound was still playing, and you might not want that. That's actually a little bit of a programming problem, so I'm just going to quickly show you an important thing that we're not necessarily aware of. When we do this sound.play, it sounds like an imperative command to do the play thing, but it actually returns a thing, which in this case I'm going to say is self.media player. So it's actually telling us what it is playing the sound through, the channel, as it were. And I'm not very interested in what that actually is, but it does give us something to refer to. So we can then, for example, if I was to put, let's just put something into def on update here. Def on update. We can say print self dot upgrade sound. Autocomplete upgrade sound. Dot is playing, or is complete, I think is another option as well. Is playing, but we have to specify through which media player, because in theory we could be playing through more than one media player. In practice I would say we never would be. So if I do this, this will crash. I'll show you that, and then it's going to give you some food for thought. I'm not actually going to solve this problem. I'm going to leave it up to you to solve the problem because it's actually like a programming problem. It's saying here that self.media player does not exist because we only create it when we play the sound in the first place. So we know we can say, okay, well, self.media player equals none up here. That doesn't solve it either. You know what? I'm going to park it there. This is a programming problem for you to solve. Can you work out a way to check whether it is actually playing at any given moment, even though this doesn't exist until we actually start playing a sound? And can you make it so it doesn't actually play the sound when that sound is already playing? That's a fun little task for you to do. Just one final point. If you go and look in these sounds, right at the bottom here, you'll find these two, which are designed to be background music. I'm not allowing background music. It's just too annoying for everyone else in the class if you're if you've got a game that has background music. Yeah, that's enough. It's slightly different how you play the background music. You actually stream it rather than just play it, but it doesn't matter because you're not allowed to anyway, and I'll stop you doing it if I see you doing it. Right. Have fun with sounds.